Hey everybody, number 2 in the series, Tips from the Couch. I think my head was cut off in the last video, but you don't need to see me anyway. I don't even think I did my hair today, so I'm going to put my hat on for this one. So in the last video we talked about basically blocking off extraneous notes that you don't need in the chord. And now, as I think ahead too, I want to talk about expanding your chord vocabulary, which will be another video. And I'll get to some electric stuff as well. And also some moving bass lines with chords, so that if you do want to get into playing more jazz stuff or accompanying yourself on bass, you can do that as well. But imagine if, listen for a second, I'm thinking about Nuno Betancourt when Extreme had that big hit. He's using his hand in a percussive manner, but he's also staggering the bass notes, but as well as using his fingerstyle. That song would not have even come remotely close to being a hit if he had done this. So I want to do some introductory lessons here just based on utilizing the right hand to fingerstyle. So the classical players can probably play circles around me in this regard, but I utilize it a lot for even if I'm doing jazz playing. So I use my thumb as basically the anchor. Now, in traditional classical playing, you're not so much using the pinky except for an anchor, but I primarily use my thumb, my index finger, my middle finger, and the ring finger usually comes in for support. So what I want to do is start off very basic with you for the basic guitar players out there. Let's just take a C chord. You know the C chord, right? What I'm going to do is, you have your C chord, and you're going to basically anchor your thumb on the 5th string, and then you're going to be just playing. You're going to be raking that first finger back up and down on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. And you can kind of... It's a nice sound that you can do. So if you're doing a particular song, and as we advance through this series, I'll show you how to incorporate some percussive elements in there too. As well as even when we get into different strum patterns, when you're strumming with a pick, you can even do some percussive stuff where you... at the end of Freebird on last Saturday night's home concert, Chloe and I were doing that. So you can really use a lot of through choking techniques, things like that, but I digress away from what I was trying to show you here in this video. Basically what you want to do is get used to really just taking control of the strings with your fingers versus the pick. Breaking up a chord into individual notes is called an arpeggio. So the example I used in the last video was Stairway to Heaven, where you're doing that. So you want to basically use your thumb and your 3 fingers. I like to even use the ring finger as an anchor for a lot of support for the middle finger. I use that. So try to start out real slow. So you just kind of go to an A minor and vary it up. There's no diehard rules as to how you want to play it. The classical people, again, would probably disagree with me, as they're... You want to just kind of develop your own style of fingerstyle playing. So that way, if you have a song that you're playing, one song you're doing is... Next time you play it, you might want to go... So the best way to start out slow. Use that thumb as an anchor, and then rake your fingers up and down until you kind of find a pattern that you're comfortable with. Or you can kind of go... The other thing you can do is do alternating bass lines from C to G, C to G. So third finger, third fret, fifth string, third finger, third fret, sixth string, go back and forth. Use the thumb as the anchor, and you kind of rake up with your index finger. So that's a few tips on just how to start doing some fingerstyle playing. I'll expand on that as we go on. The next video I do will most likely concern different strum patterns so that every song you do doesn't sound like this. The other thing to keep in mind that when you are playing is that unless you're Zakk Wylde, you don't want to be using the forearm like this all the time. What happens with the forearm is you get this stiff thing going. There's no nuance. What I like to do is really work on the wrist. If you have to relax your wrist, it's kind of... With a relaxed right wrist, you can really kind of get that swingy kind of relaxed feel in your playing. So I hope this tip and trick helped from the couch, and look forward to more coming. And again, I'll put them up on YouTube as well as Facebook. Have a great day.